The standard Islamic narrative sin would have us believe that the provision of water was from Allah. It was provided by Allah to Hagar, and she was thrown out into the desert by Abraham. This has always intrigued me. Do we find the Zamzam well out in the desert? No. It is about 20 meters from the Kaaba in the middle of Mecca. Even so, allowing for that discrepancy, we know that Mecca has approximately 111 millimeters of precipitation each year. The wettest month is usually November with approx. 23 millimeters on average. So one can realistically say that Mecca is very dry. Yet al-Quran describes Mecca as the mother of all cities because it is the first human settlement on earth. That being said, some scholars have a problem with this for obvious reasons and try to have that phrase refer to the Islamic realm rather than a specific place. I am sure that if Allah wanted that to be the case, he would have said, as much as Allah knows best. Even the sources refer to Mecca as having two springs. I have people telling me on Quora that Mecca was an oasis. Mecca was never an oasis. It was a desert wadi where the only hope for water came from under the ground. There is no way that crops were ever grown there. There is no way that the Zamzam well produced enough of that water to support the people living in the mother of cities, let alone the camels, which would have been there as well. Remember, as the narrative tells us, Mecca was a center of trade. So all in all, a lack of water is a problem, and this was very much the case in the formative years of Mecca. I am not talking in the time of Adam and Eve, Moses, Abraham, or any of the other prophets who allegedly lived there. I am talking in the late 8th century. Queen Zubaydah, while on her Hajj to Mecca from Kufa, relates how she realized that Mecca had a water shortage and that there would not be enough water for the pilgrims when they came on their pilgrimage. So she commissioned the construction of a qanat, aqueduct to bring water all the way from wells out at Wadi Numan, which was out past Nt Arafat. This wonder in engineering saw Mecca receiving water continuously from this source for 1200 years. Water would arrive where the Green Mosque stands today, and that is where Mecca's holy water came from. It might have found its way into the Zamzam well at the completion of its journey. In fact, it probably did. With the introduction of pipes, the qanat of the Ain Zubaydah could finally be put to rest. Today, water is pumped to Mecca from desalination plants, which are situated in Jeddah and Shuaibah. I am relatively certain, given the amount of Zamzam water exported worldwide, that a large amount of desalinated water finds its way into the Zamzam well and then into its storage tanks. This accompanying video shows the history of the Ain Zubaydah and where it went on its journey.